Girl fell into well in backyard, but what rescuers found wasn't her. The scream came just after dinner. Sharp, short, and then silence. Melissa dropped the plate she was washing. It shattered in the sink. She ran outside, barefoot across the porch and through the unmowed backyard, her heart pounding against her ribs like it wanted to escape. "Clara," she called. Her 7-year-old daughter had been playing in the grass, making up stories about worms and fairies. That's where Melissa left her, just moments before. But now the yard was still. The sky, once golden, had cooled to a quiet gray. Then she saw it. At the edge of the yard, near the tree line, where the grass grew thick over uneven dirt, a dark hole gaped open. Melissa ran. The old stone well had been sealed. She was sure of it. Covered when they moved in. Her husband nailed planks over it years ago, just to be safe. But now, the boards were gone. Splintered. And there, 30 feet down, barely visible in the dimming light, was a single red shoe. The police arrived within minutes. Fire trucks followed. Ropes, harnesses, floodlights. A search team dropped a camera into the well first. It twisted on the cable, flickering with static. Melissa watched the monitor from the van, shaking. There was no sign of Clara. Just stone, water, darkness. She could be in a side cavity, one of the rescuers said. Old wells sometimes branch. There may be a space she crawled into. The words were meant to comfort. They didn't. At midnight, they lowered a rescuer into the well. His voice echoed up through the stone shaft. Then, silence. A long minute passed. Then, I found something. But when they pulled him up, he was pale. Shaking. Holding a small doll. Not Clara's doll. Older. Hand-stitched. Stuffed with straw. Its button eyes were missing. "This wasn't down there 5 minutes ago," he muttered. Melissa felt her stomach twist. The next morning, they brought in a ground-penetrating radar team. Scanned the area around the well. Something showed up, an underground cavity about the size of a small room, 6 feet from the base of the well. But it wasn't just the cavity. There was something in it. Something that moved. They drilled. Sent in a drone. What they found changed everything. A room. Man-made. Cement walls. A rusted chair bolted to the floor. Old children's books scattered like leaves. A broken tricycle. And in the far corner, a girl. Silent. But it wasn't Clara. The girl looked about 9. She didn't speak. Her skin was sallow, her clothes stained with age. When they lifted her out, she squinted like she hadn't seen sunlight in years. Melissa froze when she saw her face. Because she recognized it. From an article. A story from the 90s. A girl named Lila who went missing, from this same property. Reportedly fell down the well. She hadn't aged a day. Melissa demanded answers. The police couldn't give her any. The girl was taken into medical care, and Melissa, desperate, broke into the county archives the next morning. The house had changed hands 14 times. All within a 60-year period. Most were quick sales. All after unusual child-related incidents. She found newspaper clippings. Notes. 1953, boy vanished from garden, reappeared 4 days later speaking in a different voice. 1971, girl fell into well, body never recovered. 1989, screams heard beneath ground. Investigation inconclusive. 1996, Lila Madison. Disappeared without trace. Melissa's hands shook. It was all the same house. The same well. The same story. And now it was happening again. That night, Melissa sat beside Clara's empty bed. Held her red shoe like it could bring her daughter back. Then the baby monitor buzzed. It hadn't worked in years. They left it in the room out of habit. But now, static. Followed by a whisper. "Mommy!" Melissa lunged for it. "Clara? Don't let her out," the voice whispered. "Oh, Clara, where are you?" "She's wearing my face." Melissa's skin went cold. She ran to the girl, the one they rescued, who now sat silently in a room at the local hospital. Melissa demanded to see her. The doctors refused. She pushed past. When she entered the room, the girl turned. And smiled. It was Clara's smile. But not her eyes. With the help of an old map from county archives, Melissa found something else. A sealed trapdoor beneath the house, hidden under rotted floorboards in the basement. She opened it alone. Below, a tunnel, earth-packed walls. And at the end, another room, lined with mirrors. In the center, a circle of candles. Ashes. Symbols carved into the ground. And photographs. Dozens of them. Children. Standing by the well. Smiling. Over decades. Each photo burned at the edges. In the last photo, Melissa, as a child, standing beside the well, holding the same straw doll. Melissa stared at the photo. She had no memory of it. No memory of ever living here as a child. But there she was, unmistakably her. That night she dreamt of the well. Dreamt of falling, deeper than stone, deeper than time. And there, at the bottom, dozens of children. Eyes closed. Whispering the same phrase. She wants us to remember. Melissa woke gasping. The girl at the hospital escaped that night. Vanished. The next morning, Clara was sitting on the porch. Smiling. Covered in dirt. She didn't remember where she'd been. Only one word, Lila. Melissa tried to move. Tried to leave the house. But every road led back to the same gravel driveway. The trees shifted. GPS failed. Days passed in a haze. Clara began humming old lullabies Melissa didn't recognize, or maybe didn't want to remember. Then she found the well open again. Inside, a new doll. With Clara's shirt. That night, the mirrors in the hidden room cracked. One by one. In the shards, Melissa didn't see her reflection. She saw Lila. Smiling. Then whispering. You grew up. You forgot. But now you're back. In the final scene, Melissa looks directly into the attic mirror. She touches the photo of herself as a child. Behind her, Clara hums. And then, from the baby monitor, Lila's voice returns. We don't fall in. We're called. As the lights flicker and the house groans like it's breathing, Melissa whispers, Who am I? And the whisper answers, You were the first. Fade to black.